Hello guys, Wizard here bringing you another Total War Warhammer replay with commentary. For today's battle we have the forces of the Vampire Coast, who are being led by Count Noctilus on top of his Necrofix Colossus, and we're going against the Druchi, the Dark Elves, my favorite faction, and we have some pirate on pirate action here for today. And the Dark Elves are being led by Morathi on top of her Dark Pegasus, Sulafit. So this was one of the harder matchups about a year ago for Dark Elves, maybe even more. I have lost my grasp on the time, so I don't really remember how long ago was it that Dark Elves had a really hard time against Vampire Coast. I remember that the bombers just destroyed everything from the front line of the Dark Elves, and you had to do a lot to deal with them. But we have something similar to that army. The bombers still perform decently enough. You just have to be careful about getting surrounded and overwhelmed, and you have to protect your back line here. So let's just talk about the armies and see what we have here. For my front line, I'm seeing 4 units of zombie pirate deckhand mob and 2 zombie pirate gunnery mobs. These guys have range attacks and they're pretty decent for secondary lines or in the flanks. They shoot while moving, and they're pretty decent against skirmish units as well. So yeah, that's for the front line. For the secondary line, we have zombie pirate gunnery mob bombers to bomb any infantry that might cause problem for your zombie pirate deckhand mob. These guys are gonna hold 120 models, and then these guys are just gonna throw their bombs and just decimate the enemy's front line warrior range units. For this battle, we have 2 deck gunners and 2 gunnery wights shoot the important targets in the enemy army. For the backline protection, I have 2 zombie pirate deckhand mob with pole arms and 2 scurvy dogs for some fast moving units as well. So my gunnery wights don't have the most of their abilities. I just have more powder and deadeye. That's I think that's going to be enough. And we have Count Noctilus, one of the better picks against Elven factions. This is so macabre. So yeah, let's just not look at it. Let's look at Noctilus here. He has a really high missile strength, decent range ammunition. We have more powder with gunnery wight, so he can shoot for the whole game. Decent weapon strength, decent melee stats, not bad. And yeah, let's see the spells here. We have Captain Rosmundael item, Ray Storm, really great ability for sniping character, Arcane Conduit, Invocation of Nehek, and Drowned Dead for summoning zombie with guns, Hunger, and Curse of the Undead. So that's it for our army. For my opponent, it's a straightforward one, so let's just go through them fast. 3 Blackhawk Corsairs, 2 Blackhawk Corsairs with handbows. We have a Feral Manticore here, 1 unit of Dark Riders with shield here, another one on the right flank, my right flank, 2 Domefire Warlocks. One of them is the Regiment of Renown, Slanishes Harvesters. We have 2 more Dark Riders in the back of the map in Vanguard, and 2 Harpies in the back. So talked a lot. Let's just see how we're gonna deal with this Druchi army. So first of all, I have the range advantage, like here. Noctilus is gonna shoot these guys down, killing 9 models. Pretty nice, really great option for Lord for against. I mean, overall, he's pretty good for multiplayer games. How many did we kill? So around 80, I think. Yeah, 80 is close enough. So I'm gonna slow down a bit. I targeted the Feral Manticore with my deck gunners. I knew I was surrounded. The opponent was gonna just charge him with all of his cav to stop my range fire. He can stop the deck gunners, nothing I can do about that. But before that, I'm shooting from Manticore, not Morathi, to make him rampage and go on a target that is not optimal for my opponent. And the gunnery whites are shooting Morathi, I think, already doing a lot of damage here. My opponent not giving me any risk, any room to breathe. So yeah, I'm getting overwhelmed on the flanks, and already a lot of damage has done here. And here, Feral Manticore has been made to rampage, and now he has to fight some zombie pirate deckhand mob. Noctilus still shooting the Slaanesh Harvest is pretty nice pick off here. Morathi is using the Soul Stealer here just to get some HP back. I'm not worried about that. I can just put some pressure on her. This is one of the best things you can do against Morathi. You should just focus your range attacks on her. Her armor is really low, and I remember a game against Zyphos, I think. He was able to destroy my Morathi with 2 units of Peasant Bowmen. So yeah, just shoot her down and she's going to be done. And even though the gunnery whites are a hybrid unit, they're pretty good at melee as well. Look at the damage that they were able to do. I'm still shooting her as well. A Ray Storm going down, a Doombolt is the answer. And look at that, Morathi is routing just like that. I was frantically clicking on my gunnery whites and Count Noctilus to shoot Morathi down, but my opponent really wisely sending everything he has. The last shots also miss, unfortunately. And yeah, he's stopping me from moving, getting close, and shooting it down. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, Soul Blight, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's see how we did in the right flank. Even though these Dark Riders charge my Scary Dogs, they're losing the battle, which is interesting. The Bombers already were able to deal with the Corsairs here, pretty nice. Now I've turned around and started shooting the Doomfire Warlocks and these Dark Riders. Unfortunately, I lost my gunnery mob. Yeah, those guys are gone, but overall it doesn't look too bad. Morathi is back. That's why I'm sending gunnery white to shoot her down. I think Noctilus is gonna turn around and shoot her as well. Yeah, just that was hip fire with deadly accuracy, and just like that, Morathi is gone. And with that, this is a done deal for my opponent. He wasn't able to do a lot of damage to Noctilus and my gunnery whites. These guys are gonna be the main damage dealer. I'm gonna give these 3 units more powder. I'm shooting the Manticore down. Noctilus is shooting the Black Oak Corsairs, dealing with them. And yeah, some of the summon zombie pirate gunnery mobs are also shooting the Manticore. And the Bombers still have some HP, and we're trying to deal with this health unit of Black Oak Corsairs. Even though at the start of the battle they might have been a problem, right now they don't really count as a threat to me. So really nice battle. It was kind of short, but I just wanted to showcase how you deal with Morathi. It's not that hard. Most of the factions don't have gunpowder, so they don't have the fast moving projectiles that can shoot fast moving targets with accuracy. So yeah, but overall, gunnery whites, one of my favorite units, maybe my favorite units in the Vampire Coast army, can deal with Morathi and other flying units pretty decently. So yeah, Noctilus can deal with the infantry or cav. Look at this damage value, insane. He has so much HP. He had so much more Winds of Magic. I mean, I used my summon 2 or 3 times, but yeah, we have Invocation of the Heck for my gunnery whites, and yeah, that would have been devastating. This gunnery white, around 1000 damage value, not bad. The other one over 1200 damage value, paying for itself, really nice. The infantry not doing too bad, especially these 2 halberdiers going after the harpies. I think the zombie pirate gunnery mob also did fine, and the bombers, yeah, look at this, insane. Love these units, doing a lot of damage against these high armored elven units. And they usually get countered by high armor, but because elves have such a low HP per model, and they have tight formation, they just get decimated by these guys. Deck gunners, yeah, unfortunately not the best value, but they put a lot of pressure on my opponent. He had to use all of his units to get into my backline, and yeah, it's fine putting pressure on the opponent's micro ability. This unit did well. This one also paid for itself. The Doomfire Warlocks not doing too hot, but these Harpies did well as well. So yeah, that's it for this battle, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Try range units against Morathi. I mean, even the non-accurate units like what was the name of the units? I talked about them at the start of the battle. The peasant bowmen. Two of them were able to shoot Morathi down pretty easily. Just try to put pressure on her with your range power. Even though she's pretty strong, there's no denying that she's OP for sure, but the range power is the best way you can deal with her right now. So yeah, and if you guys wanna join my Discord server, we can talk about builds, talk about Warhammer 3, and I have heard some rumors that the Warhammer 3 news is gonna come out again in 2 days. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough subscribers to get partnered with CA. I would have loved to make more contents for you guys, especially for Warhammer 3. It would have helped the channel a lot, and you guys would have seen some Warhammer 3 footage. And yeah, unfortunately, that's not gonna happen for now. And yeah, guess that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, catch y'all later.